If you are new to our channel, we are Anna and Kelvin and we are doing a 1 year round the world trip. The first part of this trip has finished in Latin America. We're now in Africa and we will be travelling through 4 different countries in the Southern Africa region, doing safaris, seeing many great sights and finishing in Victoria Falls.
From there we will be traveling through the Middle East and then we fly to Thailand, where we will be spending the last few months of our travels seeing many different countries in Asia.
Please like and subscribe and don't forget to check out our previous videos from Central and South America.
Hello from Namibia, a country that we will now be traveling in for the next 8 days. But we are going to start in our first campsite and we'll take you along the road from there.
So early morning, just had our breakfast. The boys are packing up the truck and I'm gonna walk up to the reception and show you this quirky little place that we've been staying at. But as you walk in the reception, I'll just show you this. They've combined a little reception thing with a hey, good morning, with a quirky, all the old cars with a quirky little cafe come reception area. So you got all the old trucks. They made it out to be like a little mini museum. And yeah, all old-fashioned timescales from Forud from before. They've even combined the breakfast counter with an old truck and an old it's just really cool the way they've done it. Clean, fresh, really pleasant staff. And you know, it's great actually.
We're in the middle of the Kalahari Desert and all of a sudden we come to a lake or a dam. So it's something that the government has built here. But it always is so freaky when you find water in the middle of the desert. We've been driving for hours and hours and there's just been nothing but sand and little bushes and desert, and then all of a sudden comes this oasis of water. We are at a place called the Fish River Canyon in Namibia. Supposedly the second largest canyon in the world after the Grand Canyon. And I've been to Grand Canyon and yeah, I can totally believe it.
So after doing a few pictures at this viewpoint, we've got a mile trek, 1.5 kilometres to the main viewing point, which I think you can see in the distance. That little building over there. So we're going to do a little hike along the edge, taking in the views, and we plan to be there for sunset. So we're getting a bit closer to the viewpoint. The sun isn't quite as low as I expected, but I'm guessing it's going to be a hell of a view for sunset.
Okay, we have made it to the other viewpoint where we will be watching the sunset. Wow. Kelvin standing there as a silhouette in front of the sun. Now this is a sight for sore eyes. Wow.
That's worth the effort.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, I think 10-15 minutes it'll be different.
Not bad. Much more, you know.
Yeah.
Today we are having the sunset now. Look how beautiful this is. You can really see the river down there now clearly. Because we're covering so much ground traveling through these 4 really big countries in Africa, that means that pretty much every other day is a long travel day on the bus. That could be anything between 6 to 10 hours. And those days, not a lot is happening. Not for us, and also usually not so much in the landscapes and sceneries either. We usually come to the camp then, have dinner, and then just go straight to bed. But when we've had one of them long travel days, that usually means that the next day will be a day with more activities and exploration. We are at our new little base camp, our little campsite. And it is just an absolutely stunning night here. They're having a fire going, they're doing barbecue, we're doing lots of steak here. And we're gonna go and look at the sky because it's so beautiful. It's a sunset. Look at this sky. Here we have all of our tents. Now we're sleeping. We have been joined by 6 Italians today. They're joining the tour 1 week in. They seem very lovely. We're all sitting at the dinner table now. Gonna have our dinner. But look at this sky. Oh. We're driving in, it's early morning, around 6:30 in the morning. We're driving into the Swakopmund Desert to go to the place in the desert where they have the dead trees and the salt lakes. A bunch of oryx is running over the road.
Yeah. We're starting our trek, but just look at the scenery going around. Now we're heading this direction into the big sand dunes, but it is just what you see on documentaries, you know, it really is.
Wow. Look at this.
They've not done anything to make it look better, it's just like it looks.
Wow.
The camera is not going to do this justice, I know, but it really is. Like, I hate that word awesome, but it actually is awesome or inspiring, like, you know.
We are in the thick of it now. Oh, wow. Wherever you look, it's just these beautiful sand dunes. Completely untouched. Only ruined by our footprints. I just can't stop doing videos and photos. It's just so extremely beautiful. It's just how it is when you picture an African desert. Yeah, we've come down to one of the salt flake plains. It's not the main one that we're going to, called Deadvlei, but they have these ones a little bit here and there in the desert here. That's really cool. All right, we're walking down a really steep hill here. We're a little bit nervous. I can't believe we just ran down this hill. That is crazy.
Go on, I'll film you emptying your shoes.
Emptying the shoes, that probably has about 1 kilo of sand in it right now.
Oi.
That's the ice plant.
Ice plant?
You look at it like this, see all the like crystal, like ice.
Yeah.
That's the ice plant. So it has been also eaten by the animals. You see it?
Yeah.
They just nibble. So also with the Nara plant, they normally, because it's protected with all these thorns, so normally they get the very fresh leaves at the end. At the end there. So they only get the tip, just the very fresh at the end. So then the animals eat there. That's when they get their moisture.
We're walking on another big flaky salt plain on our way to our main one right now. And we are just surrounded by the dunes. It's really flaky. Okay, we're walking on another salt plain again. We're walking up, we're gonna walk up this big dune. And then on the other side of the dune is the Deadvlei, that stark salt pan where they had the skeleton trees, the main event pretty much. But even walking here on this, wow, it's like massive scales of clay that have crackulated.
It feels good?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-oh. My hand cannot just stay stable. All right, okay. Just watch it, the response. You notice something?
Opening. Yeah, they're opening.
Yeah. So normally the seed are buried in the center. So the seeds are in the center, in the middle of the flower. So when they sense they hear some water, some rains, then they're like, okay, it's now rain season, there's water, let's open up so that the seeds can absorb as much water needed for them to germinate.
It's just cool.
Yeah, people are coming after us, walking up the dune. It is challenging walking in loose sand like this. And now we are going up this path.
To the top.
Whee.
See the others are just descending.
Yeah. There are the others where we are going to end up at the end.
Oh, that breeze is nice.
A few people in the group. We're gonna go up the what we call the Big Daddy dune. That's the biggest dune of this part of the desert.
Oh, we're a few hundred meters up on the sand dune. Oi, oi, oi.
You show how much we have left.
The crowds are catching
Scattering.
up. I've been delegated lead. Oh, because the guide had to go back with a couple of people that failed, but hopefully they'll be okay. Oh, hopefully nothing too serious. Oi, we'll see.
We have made it up the dune. It was challenging, but it was worth it. Look at this beautiful salt plan. Wow. Wow.
Okay, here we go. Let's see, I'm gonna run. So, here we go. Da da da. Da da da. Oh, this is pretty cool actually. It's kind of fun. Yeah.
made it down to the main event. The very stark salt pan. Yeah, and this is proper white. Colin, our guide, said that there has been no water coming through this part in probably 20 years. So it's absolutely just completely dead, everything here. All the trees we see here are dead as well. But they're still standing because there's no moist or wetness at all here. So they don't decay or rot. So they're actually standing up here like they are still live trees, but they're all dead. They're dead trees. My God. As a photographer, this is probably one of my coolest motives I've ever had. You're in a desert surrounded by massive giant orange-red sand dunes, standing on a stark crackulated salt pan and surrounded by massive dead trees. I mean, this is just out of this world. How cool is this? Wow, I'm absolutely mesmerized right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing photos and videos everywhere here. There are a few tourists down here, but it is such a big wide area that we're all spread out, so you can actually get photos like you are completely alone here in this desert, even though you aren't.
Yeah, very unique. And I've seen it on so many screensavers on various documentaries over the years, but it's every bit as impressive when you get it, you know. I mean, you've always seen it and thought, wow, that really is a powerful image, but there again, you get it and it's good. I mean, the sun's blaring down on you from overhead. You're pretty much as in the middle of nowhere as you can really actually be. But yeah, you're just here amongst all these trees. It's just kind of like old desolate, dried out trees. And then surrounded and being overlooked by colossal sand dunes, you know, probably 400 or 500 meters up, like, you know. So yeah, it really is, yeah, powerful. I mean, we came up with this one here, which take it from me, one eater, like, you know. A few of the guys, they went up the other one, which is about an extra 100 meters higher. I've got to say, I mean, it's been hard work, I have to say, up there. The sand's burning your feet, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, 100%, and it really was worth it. And I mean, yeah.
Coolest thing I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah. In the Namib Desert. What's the name of the place, Anna?
This is called the Deadvlei Valley, like the valley of all the dead trees, on a crackulated and stark salt pan, surrounded.
Documentaries and everything.
Surrounded.
Or I'm going to pass forward. I'm going to grab the chance and do a few exercises while I'm here. So a couple of upper body exercises, and the hill behind me, we trekked up that all the way from down there, all the way up. Wait, wrong way, all the way up. And then we ran down here, done about a 10k hike before we got down here. So I think I've done enough leg work. And balancing on soft sand when you're up there with the wind blowing, it's nowhere near as easy as you think. So you really do get a leg workout out of it, a bit of core work as well, trying to stabilise yourself in the wind. So I think I've had a little bit of an overall body workout now. We're going to head back to the, well, it's about another couple of k through the desert, heading back to the truck. And then we'll hopefully go home and have a bit of lunch. All right, I'll see you later.
Okay, we are leaving this cool place behind now. I've been dreaming about coming here for years, and it really was exactly like I thought it was going to be. Just such amazing scenery.
We're just getting ready to leave the park, and as we did, we glanced over our shoulders, and this is what it looks like as we're leaving. I mean,
so
wow.
beautiful.
Wow. Ready for our little shuttle, little African style Jeep. back to the bus, then back to the camp. Looks pretty cool to me. Yeah? Anna's getting on there, all the rest of the group are.
Sono troppo piccoli, non viene bene. Io mi ricordo che c'era anche...
Okay, we have come to the Tropic of Capricorn. This is where it's believed that it runs through. So yeah, we're just having a quick little stop here on the bus ride to take a little picture of this sign. And then yeah, otherwise landscape is pretty unchanged at the moment. It's mostly just deserts, a few mountains in the background, and lots of gravel road, bumpy gravel road. Our beautiful little Kiboko truck, yeah, it's keeping us, it's taking care of us, the little bus, and all the nice guides and drivers. We're driving on the gravel roads in Namibia, and they are very bumpy. So we say that we have a Namibian massage when we're sitting on the bus driving on these roads. Yeah, so sometimes 8, even 10 hours of Namibian massage. Not the best massage though. We have now left the Namibian desert behind and we're entering into Swakopmund region, and now the landscape has changed quite drastically. Now you have these, they call it canyon actually, canyons or mountains, hills, and they just all look the same. So we'll be driving through this type of landscape now for many hours to come.
Okay, we've just been dropped off by by our guides. They're going to prepare lunch. They've dropped us at this quaint little town on the coast. All real civilised houses. A little bit better further up the other end actually. But yeah, as you can see, we're here on the coasts, right on the sea, and we have a few friends dancing on the water. A load of flamingos. And they're pretty much all the way down the coastline. So as you can see here, there's too many to count. It'd just be an absolute estimate to guess how many there are. Off the top of my head, it's got to be somewhere around 1,000 or whatever. But anyway, we're going to walk down the coastline, take in. Now it's a bit cloudy actually, and it's actually a very cool, comfortable temperature, about 20 degrees, which is so nice, because just a few hours ago in the desert it was like 40, it was dying. Even our African guides were complaining how hot it was. But yeah, so anyway, the nice cool temperatures are great, still in your shorts, comfortable, walking around without feeling that you're running a marathon in a sauna.
Okay, I have gotten a little bit closer to the flamingos now. So we can see them a little bit better. There's plenty of them, so many. Okay, we are leaving Walvis Bay, and on one side you have desert and dunes, and on the other side you have water. The ocean, exactly. The ocean, or people here. Yeah, but desert means the ocean.
One thing I really wanted to do while I was in Southern Africa was to do a township tour. Now, logistically, it wasn't really doable when we was in South Africa, because most of the best ones are done over in Johannesburg, and doing them from the Cape just wasn't too easy. But we had the opportunity to do one here in Namibia, so me and a couple of other people from our tour jumped at the chance to do it. Now, for those people who aren't sure what a township is or what it exactly means, it's hard to give an exact definition. The term evolved, it's basically a settlement where mostly black people live in southern Africa, and they all started, the sort of term evolved under the apartheid rule in South Africa, and it is ultimately a slum where they just forced all black people to live. In Namibia, it's the same principle. The apartheid system wasn't nowhere near as bad as it was in South Africa, but there was still a big racial divide, or a racial economic divide, shall we say, like it was in most of Southern Africa. But although the areas are very low-income areas, our guide gives us a bit of an introduction to how the government have implemented policies. So house loans, mortgage, what we'd call mortgages, it's so much easier now to acquire them, but they don't quite work the same in the same way as they do in sort of Europe. So the process just takes an awful lot longer in terms of getting your houses developed and making them look like what we would call a normal residential area. But it's interesting to go round and see. So we call them mapani worms.
Mopani worms.
Okay.
Worms.
And they're dried caterpillars.
Dried caterpillars.
Okay. So that's pounded and they're the same but unpounded. Yeah. Okay.
So this one is actually made into powder, and this one is the normal one. Pounded,
Okay.
So this one, it's not alcohol.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
really?
it's not alcohol.
Okay.
They have only used the alcohol containers.
Uh-huh.
So it's actually oil from the seal. So the oil from the seal, it's high in omega-3. So it's actually good for skin infections, skin diseases, and so on. And then people with lung problems will drink a bit from it. Nowadays, you also find it into pharmacies in the form of gel and tablets.
Yeah.
Two families share one toilet, and it's a ventilation dropping toilet, septic toilet. And water, it's a prepaid water card system. And it works like the recharge of your phone. Once you recharge, then you have water. If not, no water for you.
This is the local Roman Catholic Church.
Independence of Namibia, the local municipality as well as the government took over. That's the time that they have introduced house loans. So people with basic salary or basic income were given that opportunity to apply for a piece of land or a house that has been already built. That's how most people got houses in Swakopmund. At our left hand side, that is Hanganani Primary School. So Hanganani Primary School was sponsored by a fishing company. Based in Walvis Bay for the children that are living within the informal settlement. So this is the only school that have 2 sections per day. Some children are going in the morning and then some in the afternoon.
Who can jump the highest? Can you jump the highest? Whoa!
Traditionally, we eat with our hands, but you are more than welcome to use your utensils. And you do the rest. You do the same with the rest.
And this is like also this is also like.
And then there we have a traditional beer.
No, this is soft drink, not like a beer.
The group has been in existence for the past 11 years, and we are together for the past 6 years.
Okay.
It's an all-male a cappella group, and we are the 6th generation of the group. We will be on them for this afternoon, and we'll give you a selection of 3 songs. So you are more than welcome to take pictures, videos, or even selfies. For our first selection, I encourage all of us here to sing along and dance along. We took it from one of the famous animation movie, The Lion King. Lion sleeps on it, so please do enjoy. We are
So this is the township. Kids are at school, and as far as the eye can see, it's just a sea of little, I was going to say wooden shacks, but probably most of them are actually corrugated iron, maybe a little bit of concrete. But apparently, in this township, there is 26 to 27,000 people living. So, you know, there'll be 5 or 6, even 7 or 8 to one of these little the way she explained it to us was, for example, like you buy your little plot of land, you'll get your house, your loan from the government, and then week by week or month by month, when you got extra, you buy a pile of bricks, build one more, next month buy another pile, another, and so on, and probably it's a period of about 2 years before your house is built. So, I mean, in principle, not dissimilar to how people are doing it in the West, but like just a lot more basic than what we're used to, really. But interesting to see. If you're here, I would definitely recommend coming and seeing it. I mean, I did it in Colombia, I did it in Brazil, Peru, so yeah, it's interesting to see. I thought, well, I'm here, I'd like to do it here as well, and to be honest, I'm really glad I did do it. In some ways depressing, but in other ways heartening, so I would definitely recommend it, and it's definitely informative, and yeah, you know, definitely, yeah, nah, it's worth it. It's worth it. If you're ever here, I definitely recommend to do it. Hi, we're here on the rooftop of our hotel. There's a little kind of rooftop seating area. So we're just looking. This is the town. Now, it is tiny. But if I zoom in a bit here, you can sort of see the sand dunes at the back of the town. But then it's kind of like the desert meets the ocean kind of thing. And then here you've got that. So it is nice. It's about 60k down from the little town where we stopped for lunch yesterday and seen the flamingos. So it is a quaint little town. We've just had our breakfast. We're gonna go pack up, check out, and just have a little walk around town and explore a bit. We're just walking around the town centre in Swakopmund, little church here, street line. It is quite small, but nice old colonial buildings. Yeah, like a bit of a German influence here. It was a German colony up until basically up until the First World War. When Germany lost the war, they basically lost the colony. So this is the centre bit. It's basically a little grid system of about 4 or 5 streets going down to the water, up from the water, and then just out of town is the township, where the biggest majority of the people live. So yeah, it is. But it is a nice little town, nice colonial feel. It's kind of Germany in the Caribbean type sort of vibe to it.
Thanks for watching today's video, and we are pretty sure that by now you can agree that this is such a unique part of the world, especially the Namibian desert with the sand dunes and the dead skeleton trees. What an amazing experience that was. But we still have so many great things coming up. In the next video, we will be seeing boulders that are 130 million years old and see cave paintings that are dated back almost 40,000 years. We will also go to Etosha Park, one of Africa's biggest national parks, where we will see many more of the big fives. So stay tuned!